All right, good morning. My name's Glenn. I'm the geezer for the day on the Geezer Fix and Fab channel. So what we're gonna do today is, I blew a tire on the camper. And if you get down here, it's kind of hard to see that way, but it folded all this tin out when I blew that tire. It's really wrinkled. Kind of push it back in place, but I'm trying to straighten this out a little bit more today. There's about ½ inch between this tin and the plywood that's behind it. So I'm going to try and reach up in there and put something behind it and then use my slat bar to try and flatten all this out. But that's my goal today. Let's see if we can get this part done. I'm going to start by taking a bunch of these screws out. Yeah, it's definitely broken. Missing a big section of it. Should be able to get back up in between there. I gotta find something I can slide up in there. It's gonna have to be fairly long. See if I can find a piece of plywood. Ooh. You can get a straight one though. I have all these little slats. It might be too thick. It's too thick. I gotta find something bigger than that. I got one by it. Let's see if that'll fit up in there. I think that's a little too thick as well. Not. This might work. Ow, slivers. Nice if it was shorter, but a little bit thinner when you get up in there. It's probably gonna have to be a piece of thin plywood. This works down here on the lower part, but not up high. Found some thin slats. Brought a couple of them. See if I need to double them or single them. I would let up right here. It's a lot better than it was. Getting there. Small wrinkle right there. Oh, that helped a lot. Still a little rough. Probably never be perfect unless I replaced it. But I'm gonna call that good. Just be a short video, though. All right, let's put her back together. I'm not gonna put the plastic back on because I'm gonna order a new one of those. I want to put these other pieces back on. Have to pre-drill that one. I think it'll look a lot better once I get the plastic on there. Alright. Alright, we're back on the camper. I ordered the plastic piece here, this fender skirt. And of course it's cut right in the middle, so I'm trying to find the right spot for that. So what I did was I held it up here. And about where it goes, according to the screw holes and that piece back in there. So I taped it, and the bottom looks a little bit too far to the back, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut it there because it's straight, and then I'll shave it if I need to. So let's go ahead and cut this thing off. I just brought my vibrating tool to cut the plastic. It should cut really easily, so here it goes. Yeah, I don't want to stay up there. Alright, let's try and cut this puppy. Well, that cut pretty easy. Let's see if I did good on it. I should go about right there. Hang on a second. About right there. Actually goes underneath there, but yeah, the bottom, as you can see, looks like it tips forward when they cut theirs. They kind of went to a whoopee right there instead of straight down. So I'm gonna have to whoopee this one just a little bit so they don't contact each other. So let's give it another try. Scratching all the little buggies off of it. Alright. Let's see how that fits now. This one-handed thing is something to learn. Okay, that goes just like that. That looks a lot better. So, now I get to try and attach it. So, what I'll do is I'll set you up over here. And hopefully you can see me while I'm working. I gotta go get the screws from the garage because there's some really short ones for this part right here. If you can see that, it's, as I was saying, well, as I was saying, are you still working? I don't know. Yep, okay. As I was saying before I threw the camera on the ground, is this area here, because it's the slide out has short ones right here. These are longer ones back here, so let's see if I can get you set up to do this again. Okay. I think I'll start one on this side and one on the far side. I'm using the original holes. These are the longer ones down here. Now this piece, this ripped out from underneath this, and each one, there's only, what, about a foot apart, and it ripped this tin right out from under it. So I'm going to add some extra ones in there. So I bought a drill bit to pre-drill everything. So I'm just going to go. Screws in that. All right, this should be it. Other than I got to put a piece of hose on the end. I'll show you that in a minute. All right. Feels pretty darn stable. Okay, so what I did was I took a piece of fuel line and I just split it down the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and put it on this. Like that, but I'm going to put glue inside of it first. Let me get the right length cut. That does not want to work with me today. Okay. I can't go all the way up because it's flush against. Maybe I can get that in there, I don't know. Maybe. Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go where I can get to, which is right there. Okay, now get some glue. This stuff should harden over time, and by the time I use this camper next year, it should be nice and cured. As you can see, I'm just putting a little bead down the middle of it. I'm about out, of course. So let's roll this puppy up and get a little more down there. Okay. That should be plenty of glue. So now I'm just going to kind of put that on there. And of course, get glue on everything. there. I do believe I am done. So, looks 1,000 times better. So that's where she's at. That's where she's going to stay. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Maybe I can do things a little better or a little different. Thanks for watching my channel. I appreciate it.